Alright, hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cryptic Coil. And in today's video, I want to dedicate and give a special shout out to a very special viewer of mine, Kits Pora something. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I adore you. I do. Okay. And she hit me up on Instagram, and she told me that she described herself as my stalker. She's not a stalker. But I would go so far as to say that she's my biggest cheerleader, and I absolutely adore her. And I love the fact that you comment on all my videos, because that tells me that I am creating content that is interesting to somebody. And as long as I know that somebody is like that interested in my content, then I feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile. So, you, in my last video, I asked you if you would like to see me showcase my book collection from like a specific author, and I'm getting ready to do another one, but tonight I'm doing this for you. And you requested Lois Duncan. Now, I have a dirty little secret. In the past, I have actually made a Lois Duncan collection video, but I put extra information in there that should have been in a separate video. And maybe I'll make that separate video next, and then maybe I'll do the Stephen King collection. But I'll go ahead and just jump into it. And I do have a duplicate. And when I get there, I'll speak to that. Okay. So for right now, the first book that I want to show you is Stranger with My Face by Lois Duncan. Now, they made a Lifetime TV movie, like a made for the Lifetime channel television movie, and it is available on DVD. I have not seen it. I heard that it was kind of annoying because the main character in this book is Native American, and they look Native American. And in the made-for-TV movie, it's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white chick. So, which is just hilarious, because usually when Hollywood does, like, you know, like race swapping or gender swapping, it usually doesn't go in that direction these days. So I actually find that hilarious. But I heard that the movie was worth watching. Now, I started reading this book almost a year ago, and I still haven't finished. And it's really good. It's really good. I think about it like every day, because last year was just a crazy year for me. It was a very crazy year for me. One of the craziest years in all of my 37 years on this planet. And I just haven't been able to get any reading done. I'm glad that this is what you guys get to see behind me, because everything else that I'm looking at is a mess. Like my things have just been wild for over a year, actually. But anyway, yeah, so Stranger with My Face, this is a really cool book. I haven't finished it yet, but I hope to soon. Alright, so let's get into my next books. Okay, so I have this one, and it's called Ransom. And the name of the book, or the tagline reads, 5 students kidnapped, 4 families torn apart. Now, I have not read this one. The only Lois Duncan book I've ever read in my life was Killing Mr. Griffin. And I haven't finished Stranger with My Face. I haven't even read I Know What You Did Last Summer. Alright, so the summary on back reads, the lives of 5 captives hang in the balance while their families gather the ransom. 2 brothers, their family frantic to find their sons. A loner whose uncle doesn't even know he's missing. An army brat whose family will never be able to raise enough money. A cheerleader who can't count on her stepdad but knows her father will come through. Okay. That actually sounds really, really good. The Third Eye. Okay, so that's what the cover looks like. Now, here's the tagline. Karen's terrifying gift may save an innocent child, as opposed to calling the police on an innocent child for operating a lemonade stand without a business license. He had dazzling blue eyes and a winning smile, and only Karen could give him the help he needed. Imagine that. Karen doesn't want to see the things she does, but when she closes her eyes, the visions come. Through time and space, she sees a place where stolen children sleep. If Karen denies a young policeman's help for her request for her help, the children may never go home again. Okay, and that is The Third Eye by Lois Duncan. Okay. Then I have this book, The Summer of Fear. And I'll go ahead and show you the cover. And the tagline reads, Rachel's not jealous of her beautiful cousin, but she is afraid. Now let's go ahead and read the summary on back. Everyone loves Julia, except Rachel. Julia stole Rachel's bedroom, her best friend, and her boyfriend. Now Rachel's parents think she's jealous of her beautiful cousin. Why can't anybody see the evil behind Julia's enchanting charms? Ooh. I thought that, like, Ransom and The Third Eye sounded good, but Summer of Fear, they actually did make a movie out of this in the 70s, and I heard that this one was really good, that the movie was really good. I think it's available on like HBO Max, which I don't have, but whatever. Oh, and I heard it was also pretty respectful of the book, also. So then I have this one called, actually, I won't do that one. I'll do this one. Okay. So this one is called Locked in Time. And the tagline reads, Who pays the price for eternal youth? And I'll go ahead and read the summary on the back. New Orleans, or Nolans, as I learned on King of the Hill many years ago. Okay, New Orleans, a world of mystery, magic, and timeless beauty. When Noor discovers her new stepmother's horrible beauty secrets, time starts running out. Can Noor save herself and her father before it's too late? Okay, so I'm guessing this was inspired by Countess Elizabeth Bathory, and I'm guessing the stepmother bathes in the blood of virgins. I'm not mad at the premise. That's something I've never done, but would be super metal to do. Sacrifice a virgin. No, I wouldn't really do it, but that would be metal. Alright. So, speaking of metal, I kind of like it better when my hair looks like that, but then I can't really see, but, oh well. Okay, so, Lois Duncan, Daughters of Eve. Okay, and this is what the cover looks like. Okay. Now, is there a tagline on the front? Yes, there is. They share everything. Okay. Sworn to secrecy, bound by loyalty, shattered by hate. The high school's most exclusive club has adopted a shocking agenda of secrets and violence. Who was safe from the lies, and who will be their first victim? Daughters of Eve. Okay. And I mean, that sounds kind of good. Okay, and then I have this cover, or this one. Lois Duncan, Nancy can do things no one else can, a gift of magic. Okay, so A Gift of Magic. This is what the cover looks like, and it looks like there's kind of a distressed young lady, but she also kind of looks determined. And because she's got her hands on her temples, I'm guessing she's psychic. All right. So, I don't. Sorry, guys. Did I just read the tagline that reads, Nancy can do things no one else can? That's the tagline. All right, now here's the summary on back. Nancy can read people's minds, know their thoughts, and make them do what she wants. Okay, so she is psychic. When the old woman died, she left to each of her grandchildren something very special. For Kirby, the gift of dance. For Brendan, the gift of music. And for Nancy, the most extraordinary gift of all, magic. So, I mean, these all sound really good. And then I have this copy of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I had this woman over one night, and she was like looking at my bookshelves, and she noticed I had a copy of Where the Red Fern Grows, and she had read it when she was a kid, and I kind of felt like she wanted to have it, so I let her have it. And then we got to talking about my other books, and I had a copy with one of these types of covers, and I let her have that copy of I Know What You Did Last Summer. This was like fairly recently. I mean, it was last year in 2022, but whatever. Yeah, so I don't have an alternate cover to show you. This is the cover of the book, and it's the movie poster. When I went to go see this movie in theaters back in the early 2000s, or late 90s, I'm trying to remember, but when was it? I'm sure this book with this cover was released around the same time. It had to have been. Okay, 1999. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so they had this movie poster up at the movie theater back then, and so that's what the cover looks like. Now the tagline reads, "Some secrets refuse to stay buried," and the summary on back reads, "They thought the worst summer of their lives was behind them. They make a pact, they'll never talk about it again, and they don't until the note. One short sentence is enough to shatter their lives. Someone knows what they did, and someone wants revenge." Now, R.L. Stine has one of these too. I think it was called like... R.L. Stine, I'm sure, was inspired by this book or this movie in one of the Fear Street novels. I don't remember what it was called. Something Date, and it was a Fear Street novel. I think it wasn't The Perfect Date. It was like Deadly Date or something. I don't remember. But let's go ahead and come over to my R.L. Stine section. And when I see it, I'll tell you which one it was. Dead End. There's no... Okay, so hang on. I'm showing this. Okay, so Natalie... so this is what the cover looks like. It's called Dead End. There's no turning back. Okay, accidents can happen. Natalie Erickson and her friends share a terrible secret. They were all in the car that foggy night, the night someone died at the dead end. Now someone knows too much, and there's danger ahead. Natalie just wants out of this nightmare, but that's the problem with dead ends. There's no way out. I haven't read that particular Fear Street novel, but does it sound like maybe R.L. Stine was inspired by I Know What You Did Last Summer? Could be. All right. So then I have this one. This is called Down a Dark Hall. And the tagline reads, "Can Kit escape the terror at Blackwood?" And that's the cover. Now, I'm guessing this is a first printing. So the latest copyright date that I see is 1974. So I think this was a first printing, but I have a more modern copy of it as well. And I'll go ahead and read the summary on back. Evil. Kit feels its strange, penetrating chill the moment she sees the ominous mansion looming above her. Soon she finds herself a prisoner in the dark halls of Blackwood, a new, exclusive boarding school for a select group of girls. Left there by her honeymooning mother and new father, Kit finds she is one of only 4 students who unknowingly share one terrifying quality. Kit lives her days at Blackwood in dread, and the night holds no solace. Will the terror that waits in the darkness pull Kit away from her warm, safe world forever? There's a review from the New York Times. Highly original, a gothic novel that is more a commentary on the dangers of education than on the perils of unrequited love. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so when I'm done with Stranger with My Face, Down a Dark Hall is my next book. Okay, what else do I got? I got Killing Mr. Griffin. And there is no tagline on the front, and I believe that this is a first edition. I read Killing Mr. Griffin many, many, many years ago. And the cover that I remember reading was different than this one. So, yeah. And what year was this? This was 1979 or 1978. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I guess this, maybe it wasn't a first edition, but I'm glad to have it. I'm happy. Oh, here's another version of Down a Dark Hall. I have I have 3 covers of Down a Dark Hall. Let's see what the tagline on the front reads for this one. At Blackwood School for Girls, the private lessons might kill you. And the summary on back reads, "The terror is real only in her dreams. Kit knows that evil waits for her in the dark halls of Blackwood School for Girls, but she doesn't know it has already entered her life. And who will believe her if her fears are real only when she sleeps?" Yeah, the other one made it sound way more interesting. And then I do have a third copy, but it's not here. So, all right. And the final book that I have is called Don't Look Behind You. Now, okay, so Shadyside Library and Kits. I have a spare copy. If you want one, it's yours. But it depends on which one of you says something first, okay? And I will pay for the shipping. It will be free. I love you both. I trust you both. Whichever one, if you one of you or the other wants one of these copies, you got it. I would describe both of these copies as mint. So, let's go ahead and look at that cover again. So you have the silhouette of a man, and then you have a woman with a certain kind of look on her face, and I'm trying to read that look. How does she look? She looks intrigued, but intrigue can be motivated by a different number of reasons. Is she frightened? She doesn't look quite frightened, but I think she's questioning the fact as to whether or not she could or she should be frightened. The tagline on the front reads, "Once you give up your life, you can't get it back." And the title is called "Don't Look Behind You." So let's read the summary on back and see why that is. If you had the perfect life, would you be able to walk away forever? April has no choice. It's senior year. Excuse me. It's senior year, and April has everything: great friends, a handsome boyfriend, and a shot at the state tennis championships. Until she learns that her family must disappear into the federal witness security program to save their lives. There can be no explanations, no goodbyes, and no going back. Can April leave behind her perfect life to become somebody else? Whoa. That sounds like a really good read. That sounds like some Face on the Milk Carton stuff by Caroline B. Cooney. Okay. Hey, so I do want to do another video on Lois Duncan and my 6 degrees of separation relationship to her. Yeah, this is wild. So basically, I'm from the same city that Lois Duncan lived in. And yeah, so last time I did this video, I included that story, and the video was too long, and the views were really low. And when I went back to watch it to see if I would find it entertaining as, you know, somebody else, I just deleted it. So that's why Kits is requesting that I do this video, because it doesn't exist on my channel anymore until now that I'm doing it for her. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this interesting. Horns up, peace out, and Kits, thank you for your request, and just know that I adore you.